Hey, volunteers! Welcome back. We're nearly at the end of our tutorial series on the Quick Help Guide to Sunday Service slides. We in the last video we added the communion, and we only do this when it's a communion service. Otherwise, we leave the communion out. But we added it for the purpose of this tutorial, and the last thing we have to do is add a closing hymn. So we're going to go ahead over our to our worship plan, and we're going to go through here. We have, after the sermon, we have the closing hymn. In this case, it's UMH 701, When We All Get to Heaven. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the title of this, When We All Get to Heaven, and copy this. And it's nothing, there's no difference between adding any other hymn. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly just so you can get a sense of it again. So here we are in our Sunday service, and we have our hymn first slide. And we want to, I'm going to use Control F to find, and I'm going to look in Song Select first for our hymn so we don't have to make it ourselves. And here it is, When We All Get to Heaven. And this happens to be the correct version of When We All Get to Heaven. So you can tell when you can tell by the author of the lyrics and the author of the music. But if in case you're wondering, you can always just look at a sample verse they have here. I'm going to go ahead and say import that, and in this case I think it's 2 lines per slide, at least I believe. Let's hope it's correct. And we're going to go ahead and edit this. So we're going to line break at 2 lines. We're going to make sure it ends up in songs, and when we go to edit, we'll see how it turned out. So I think this did pretty good. So it added the first verse, and it looks like 4 slides for the first verse. And then it added the chorus, and then it added let's see, first and second verse, and it somehow stuck the chorus after the second verse, and then it added the third verse. There's a vamp in here. I don't know what that's all about, but I think it's just you can keep singing this over and over and over again if you are so moved. I don't believe we vamp in our church very much, so we'll remove this part of the song, and this is pretty good. So recall though that we have to add a title. So we're going to go ahead and hold down the control key, hit enter, and then we're going to paste in the name. Oh my goodness, I made that mistake last time too. You can't just do paste. You have to right click and say paste and match style. So there we are, pasted and match style. And we can hit enter here. And this is United Methodist Hymnal. I can't remember the number here. So let's go over to our United Methodist 701, UMH 701. So United Methodist Hymnal 701. And the formatting here doesn't matter because the formatting slide that comes before our hymn does all the formatting for us. So I think we're pretty much done here. So we're gonna the title is When We All Get to Heaven. I'm gonna try this for the first time. I want to try to say UMH 701 just to see if I can change the title here. And that would be very cool if we could. So now we go up to the songs library, and I'm going to see if it's down here, if it shows up in UMH 701. Let's have a look here. Yeah, there it is, UMH 701, and it includes the vamp just as we did. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. That's fantastic. That's good. That's a great find that we can change the title. We don't have to rename it. And then we can go down to tutorial. This is our playlist that we're editing, and it's the closing hymn. So we're going to right click on the first closing hymn first slide. We'll paste in our closing hymn that we just copied, and here it is. And if you remember, there are 3 things we have to do when we put in a hymn. The first thing is we have to create the correct arrangement. So you'll consult the hymnal here. This is the United Methodist Hymnal, UMH. So we created a UMH version, and I'm going to go ahead and pull in, I believe the chorus goes after verse 1, chorus verse 2, chorus verse 3, and I'm going to take out the vamp because I don't think we vamp, and then verse 4, chorus. I believe that's the way this hymn goes. But check the hymnal to make sure that your arrangement is correct according to our hymnal, and make sure that the lyrics are correct as well. So once you've done that, then you can close the arrangement, and you can choose what you want for your background. So I'm going to go ahead and open the media bin. I like moving background, so I'm going to choose a moving background. I really like this little girl running through poppies, so I'm going to grab this and I'm going to stick it in the beginning here. We can find new backgrounds. I'll create a separate video on how to find non-copyrighted content. This is non-copyrighted content, although it doesn't matter because it's only being projected inside the sanctuary. So anyway, so I'm going to go to inspector here, and I'm going to go to properties, and I'm going to make sure we loop this and make it a soft loop. And I think that's it. So we now have the background. We're going to call that, we're going to say go to next timer, and we're going to make that go to 0 seconds. So when it first lands on this slide, it'll immediately go to the title slide. Let's have a look and see how that works. Let's try it again here. So as soon as we click on that, we go to the title slide, brings up the title, and then you just check through to make sure all the lyrics and the chorus is in the right place. I'm pretty happy with the way this song looks, and we have a nice appropriate background. So great job, and I think this concludes our video. But let's go ahead and this concludes our videos. But let's go ahead and see once we've done the. Oh no, we have to do update the title cards. So this will be fun. So in our next video, we're going to update the title cards, which is not something we do in ProPresenter, but you'll get a chance to see how we do that in the next video. So we'll see you in the next video.